Hello, and welcome back. So I got a comment on a video that I like to address, and that's what I like to do. And that's what I think a lot of resellers who post on YouTube do. They go through comments and they just kind of talk about it. So one comment was, if the cheaper media mail rate is the reason, or they use the incentive for me to be in media. No. I've always known media mail is cheaper to some extent. When Ground Advantage came out almost 2 years ago, I think it'll be 2 in the summer or 2 in the fall. When it came out, it changed quite a bit. When eBay switched over to allowing cubic, which is also Ground Advantage, that changed a lot of aspects for media. It made media a lot cheaper. Not media mail. That just made shipping bulkier media cheaper because media mail is slower and it does not have insurance. Do you have to ship everything out with insurance? No. If you can get insurance for cheaper, and Ground Advantage still has, it should be able to get to its recipient within 5 days. I ship out every day. My items, this video, the stuff that's sold from yesterday around noon, or at the end of the video, around noon to now, almost 9, and it's getting packaged up today. I don't wait another day. I don't wait 2 days. I don't wait 3 days to ship my items out. I'm top rated for a reason. A lot of benefits come with being top rated. Is media mail the reason why I got into it? No. The reason I got more into it, because I always say I stumbled on or stumbled into media. I have sold in all different types of categories. Not all the categories, in all different types of categories. I still have eyeglass frames and sunglasses. Those ones I will continue to buy because they're cheap, and most of them that I'm buying are $30 or more. I mean, I've got some $150, $200 frames and sunglasses that I pick up for $2. Arts and crafts, clothing, shoes, electronics, home goods, office goods, hobbies, knickknacks, bric-a-brac, collectibles. I've listed it in all kinds of different categories. I've sold in all different kinds of categories. I was watching a channel called Resale Rabbit years and years ago, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, about just different things that you can look for that are smalls that sell well. And that would be like little electronic power supplies, for whichever reasons, calculators, remote controls, cassette players, CD players, I think I already said calculators, cameras, GPS, yes, still the physical units. There's a slew of different electronics that can sell well. That kind of staled out. Regardless of how many thrift stores I have around here, it's very, very nitpicky about what I'm getting. Off topic. So then I'm trying to find more categories to sell in. That's easy, but looking for all the other stuff has become fruitless. I wouldn't say fruitless, but it's a lot of effort in little return. So I started watching a channel. This was a couple years ago now, because at the end of this year, we'll be 3 years into primarily physical media. And the channel is called My Boring Reseller Life. And then he changed it to My Good Reselling Life. And now it's just James Helfstetter, whichever it is. He's been on eBay, long hair, been on eBay 23 years full-time selling on eBay. If you're only after learning that physical media is a great medium to sell in, and that works, that's a great place to go. And I start watching him. and just started learning. He was like, oh, this CD, $22, this CD, 25. Now, how he got his inventory is completely different. However, I thought, wow, this media stuff is all over. It's the same cliche I use all the time. It's everywhere. It's cheap. It's easy to work with, and ships out pretty cheap, and all that. That's pretty much how I got into it. Now I started scanning and I started finding some stuff and finding some more. And then throughout the past couple of years, I've gotten more tuned to being able to visually not include something, to where I'm able to spend, like yesterday, I left, I was on the main road to the highway, which is 2 minutes from me. Well, one highway is 5, but the road I'm talking about, I wasn't even out of the house for a minute, and it was 12:40, and I got back 6:30 maybe. So 6 hours, and I go source 900-ish. I do that most of the times when I'm out. It's going to be 3 to 5 hours, and I'm sourcing anywhere from 300 to 1,000. The other two parts of the questions were if I've ever been burned and if there's protections. Yes, I've been burned, not by any high-end media. A $15, $20, like this one CD that's coming back, it's a $15 CD. I'm not getting burned, I'm getting it back, right? But if I've ever been like actually burned by a media sale, no, not yet. And with the newer protections that came out last year, I think in the summer update last year, you have more protections financially, more protections for feedback. eBay reps aren't exercising that policy. They should be. They're not. I have a couple negative feedback that should not even be on there, that are post the new policy. Shouldn't be on there. One person goes in and says, oh, this isn't the CD DVD that I wanted. I wanted this one here. How can I return it? I want a refund. That's their negative feedback. eBay's like, nope, that's their experience. Their experience is they ordered the wrong one, and I get the hit for it. That's why I said what I said a couple what sold videos ago. That is a generic basis on how I got into media, and it's not the media mail rate. It's going to be 80 cents, $1, $2 cheaper for me to send it out media mail. Again, I ship out every day, so it's going to get there on time. If it's a high enough value one, and if it's substantially cheaper by a couple bucks, I will use the media mail rate and add the additional insurance for $1.70. So there's ways to kind of get around things to keep the costs low. But I'm not in media because of the media mail rate, because very, very, very few things that I send out go out media. So hopefully I can cut that down enough to where I don't lose everybody's interest. Let's go ahead and find out what's sold. Theater of Tragedy CD, 24. Luther Vandross DVD, 25. Under the Tucson Sun Blu-ray, 15. Basic Essential Book, 20. Newsboys CD, 15. Watercolor Painting Techniques DVD, 15. History of Racist Cartoons or Animation, $97. So I want to go in a very basic explanation on why I got this. One, nowadays, it's extremely taboo. Two, when I was looking at the spine, it just looks like one of those things that would be like in a library. It just has a very, very generic written spine. It's not graphically enhanced, although the cover is. It's not anything that would really pop off. However, when I say that I'm doing eyeball cursory, I'm just basically looking at a catch title on a book, on a DVD, on VHS, on something that has a catchy word, maybe taboo, strange, dark, mysterious, Mr. Ballin, weird, obscure. Things like that will catch my eye additionally to the other little bits of experience I have over the past couple of years. So I grabbed it, and I don't remember, but I don't think that there was anything on Terapeak. And sometimes when that happens, if it's $1 or $2, I'm just going to buy it. I don't need to sit there and look on Google or whatever search engine you use and be like, oh, well, does this really weird? Do I really need to like fret a lot about spending $1 or $2 on a VHS that there's absolutely no sales history at all? It's so weird. No, I'm going to put it down and never see it again. It's $1 or $2. For resellers, for businesses, spending money and wasting money is the thing. I didn't see any waste point in this. People still want physical copies. However, this harkens to take a chance. Take a chance on something that just because it's not showing up on 90-day sales or just because it's not showing up on Terapeak, there's a lot of things that I will look up. That there's no 90-day and there's nothing on Terapeak. But just by eyeball, I'm going to take that chance. Because media, for the most part, is so damn cheap. You will waste more money buying a to-go coffee. And while I'm at it, no. So someone had commented a while ago on how I deal with stickers. Either it could be a Saver sticker, Goodwill sticker. Find a sharper butter knife. So take your butter knife, find one that's sharper. Scissors won't work, they're not the right angle. Razors are too sharp and dangerous. Safety first. You won't realize on how inexpensive safety is until you have an accident. Safety first. So it's all I do, and I started on this one. That's what kind of brought me up with this idea. So just kind of Goodwill stickers. If you start from, so if it's the Goodwills I went to, none of the items have a Goodwill sticker, which is good. If you can clip it at the right point, there's a distinctive sound that you'll hear, and usually you know from that point it's going to come up with ease. If it doesn't, try another corner, because if it doesn't come up with ease, it's going to have the sticker residue plastered all over it. If you take it and just get it you'll feel the right angle, regardless of what kind of sticker it is. You'll feel, and this is exactly how I do it with my hand. So if I go on someplace where I haven't started to peel up, that angle, not that one, it's going too far. That angle, it gets caught. And just kind of push it with your thumb. And I'm trying to look at this and do this at an angle I'm not used to. So you get the point with that. That'll come up. It's not like it's going to get stuck and you guys will be like, oh. No, it will come up. Same thing with this one here. Like that angle. So I'm so used to the angle, right? That angle. And you're going to feel and if you peel it slow, ta-da! And then you may be stuck with a little bit here, which that's a lot easier to take off than that. So put that one there. And this is not going to work with all of the stickers. However, it works. If I come back with 25 things and they all have stickers, it's take me 5 minutes to take it off of $1,000 stuff, right? So I'm not worried about that. 1,025 would be nice. That's $40 average. But let's just say, but for the most part, no. A quarter of the stuff that I get has stickers. So where I was going with this, about finding the strange and the different. So I don't think anything came up when I typed this in. It might have a barcode. And another thing, now this is becoming a multifaceted kind of instructional video. So if you're doing CDs, if there's something covering up the barcode, or you don't even know if there is a barcode, I don't know if there's one behind there. I can't see by looking at different angles. Pop it open, and if you do it like this, it's going to benefit a lot. All right, so I have to turn myself around so I can put the right pressure on it. Make sure it's in frame. All right. Put a finger right here, kind of hold onto this gate. It's called a gate. And do that. See how that popped out? Hopefully that's all getting in frame. Oh, and it does have a barcode. And when you're done, for the most part, see, for the most part. So if it doesn't go back that easily, pop it up another one. Still doesn't. You can just completely pop it off like that. And it all just snaps back together. So that's a little trick right there. So how I'm doing this stuff so quick, I've done it before, but now you know a couple other little hints and tips and tricks. I'm here all day. No, I'm not, because I got to go get stuff. Right, so this, I want to make sure that the inlay is flush, and it should just, I feel like that one dad who took something apart, like, oh, it just goes back together like that, and then you can't get it back together. So this, I don't think anything was with, well, I can look on the tablet. So there are no CDs coming up for this specific one. All right, so see, that's the highest priced one, is that CD. You can see they go into vinyl. I don't know if there's any cassettes. So the title itself does sell. So the only CD that has sold is 120 bucks. Sold May of last year. Why did I buy this? What, minus that, why did I even look at it to even look it up? I've never seen it before. It's strange. That's, I'm going to guess, Latin Spanish dance. No idea who he is. That's why I got it. Actually, I thought it was Gene Simmons. That's what I thought it was at first. And then I look, I was like, it's not. So this may just be kind of a demonstration on looking at and looking up the strange, unusual, obscure things you've never seen, such as the Anne Rice book, Interview with the Vampire. See that title all the time, but I saw one that I've never seen before, and it's like a $150 book. All right, let's get back to the stuff that sold. This book about Easter eggs, a couple days late, but Ukrainians may celebrate Easter later. I don't know. Or maybe it's just for the specific designs that are in here. 37. It's likely coincidence that this book sold the day or the day after Pope Francis died. So he just died a couple days ago. Yeah, either way. Now, when I bought this book in the sourcing video, I said it's an $18, $20 book. It is. It's 18 bucks. Madame Blanc, 24. So I got two of these at the Volunteers of America in November for probably half off. And if not, it was still $3 translated into 23, which according to the example of the math I just gave a couple videos ago, I'm still making money. And this Franz Burwald Symphonies 2-disc set 11. Well, it's 9:40 now. This video is 44 minutes long. Chopping down to do. I still be able to get out to where I have to go from there. So if you learned anything from today, usually I don't ask this, usually I don't give like those type of explanations. It's usually just off the cuff, quips, just things like, oh, this comes to mind, I should maybe talk about this, explain this. But ultimately, if you learn something, type it down in the comment section. Help me out. I want people to learn, and the more people can pick up on the little things that other people do that can make what they're doing more effective and more efficient, all the better. Because the more you can learn about it, the more you could drive back into the economy, the more you can help. Help me help you, help me help you. Like what you heard, like what you saw, dummy thingy, comment, sub, they're all free. Appreciate it. Thank you.